Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we are going to be diving into the SoD versus Cata numbers. This is a series that we have continued, mainly because you guys like to tune in and share your opinions on it, and it gives me some, data analysis skills, get to utilize those instead of just talking about a video game, which is always fun to do and use some real-world skills here in making YouTube vids. So anyway, before we get in the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to switch it over here to the data to take a deep dive into it. And as you can see, we have the latest Cataclysm numbers, and it's not looking too good. Cata is continuing to fall at a steady rate. It jumped here a few weeks ago at about 30,000, and then it has fallen 10k people every week. And what really is alarming to me about this is, one, even at Cata's peak, it didn't even break any of the other peaks. So all the other expansions had higher peaks than Cataclysm, and so even at its best, it was less than OG Classic, it was less than TBC, and it was way less than Wrath of the Lich King, which was Blizzard's most popular expansion, so that at least makes sense. And it is already falling. So a big thing to look at is, well, yes, content usually has its spikes where new raids come out. That's what these high points are. It really has stayed very long and consistent. Like here at Classic WoW, they had about 400 to 300,000 people playing for most of Classic. This is, I believe, is when Next came out, and it got a little harder. But that is a great way to sort of, look at this. And Cata, while it was more successful than I thought it would be, it has plummeted after 8 weeks of being out. Like, we're already seeing a massive drop-off. The only other massive drop-off we've seen for these are at end expansions, where the patch, like, this was OG Nax, this was Sunwell, and then this was, like, ICC being very, very long and dragged out. I think we did ICC for, like, 24 weeks or something ridiculously long like that. So obviously there was some fallout there, but we are already seeing those like ICC attrition numbers here in Cataclysm, and that's not very good for the future of Cata and where Cata is heading. So just bringing that to your attention. I don't know what it means. That's just my best guess of looking at these points on the graph and sort of taking the best stab. But we are sitting at 190k people in Cataclysm, so that's very concerning. Next, we have Season of Discovery numbers, and while Phase 4 has been amazing and awesome to play, we do have one thing to report, and ever since Phase 4 came out right here, we have a steady increase in Season of Discovery numbers. We're up to 90,000, which is right around where we were when they announced that Phase 4 would be delayed. What I think is significant about approaching that delay number when they said Phase 4 was getting delayed is the straight fall off from it. For SoD, it was bleeding out badly. Like, it was real low. Not many people were playing the game at all. And Phase 4 not only brought many people back, it has shown steady growth every single week since Phase 4 was launched. That is a growing game. That is a game that came back from straight up the graveyard at the end of Phase 3 with this number of 20,000 people all the way up to 90,000 people. I think that is something that is very, very important to look at, very cool to see, and I think it gives me hope for the future of SoD as we continue to go. So many people are saying, oh, it's just going to be a fad. After people raid, it's going to be gone. People are going to quit, etc. The normal stuff. But as we see by this graph, it has done nothing but go up since Phase 4 came out, and we are over a month deep into Phase 4. So that is something that I think is very important to point out and look at when we're talking about a graph, a chart, a trend, and continue to go up. This isn't just me being slightly biased for wanting SoD to be awesome. I truly believe that this is a great way to look at a graph and see it. Sure, we're not at phase 3 peak. We're not at phase 2 peak, and we're definitely not at phase 1 peak. But, you know, if we can get up to where phase 3 peaked at 200,000 players, I think it'll be a great, awesome thing to see. Now, there are two things that are going to be impacting next week's numbers video, and these two things are going to be, one, the War Within dropping officially next week, as well as War Within early purchase is out right now, so if you spent extra money, you could bought the Epic Edition, you could play it 4 days early, so a lot of people are going to do that. That'll definitely impact the Cata and SoD numbers, because I do think there are a decent amount of people that go out there and play it, but we'll just have to wait and see. Time will tell. And then the next major thing, and this was news that I covered yesterday and they announced yesterday, was the mega server transfers. So essentially in every region they're making one PvE realm and one PvP realm. I interpret that as they would just use the realms that already existed, so like Crusader Strike here for the PvP realm, and then Wild Growth for the PvE realm here in North America. However, other people interpret that as we're just going to get 2 new servers and everybody's going to be able to go to them, which would be very interesting to do that, like just to take you away from the server you've been on the entire time. So those are the two lines of thought that have been going around, and it'll be very interesting to see that sort of dynamic play out and where we're going to go with it. I don't know exactly how impactful that will be. I hope that'll actually raise raid numbers, because everyone should be able to find a guild, especially for those lower servers that they can't either pug their raid or they can't get a guild and they're struggling to find people. I've been on the Mega Pop server here the entire time, so I've never really experienced that or struggled with that at all. I've always been able to find something if I went looking for it, people included, and so that is where that's my thought on it. I just simply don't know how that is going to go. There's some people being negative about it online, talking about it, but I don't see it being that big of a deal. My biggest hope is that if they can pull this off and make this manifest into a stable server where we have just one mega server with like 30 layers, that allows a lot more people to be playing the game and enjoy it with their friends. And if we're talking the scope of SoD ending and looking into the future of Classic Plus, imagine Classic Plus launches with just 2 servers, one PvE and one PvP server. I think that would be something that would be truly fantastic, and if it can support 500,000 people playing on one server, or millions, that'd be really awesome. But time will tell, and we'll just have to see. But SoD is probably the place to test it, that's for sure. But anyway, just my thoughts on that in the future. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to point out or talk about, definitely drop it down below. I love reading them and engaging with you. But until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.